Hello. This is Vimla Devi here again, and today I'm going to share my life story about auspiciousness. I'm sharing this so that you can also be grateful for your existence in life. The more grateful we are, the more we are blessed. And especially if you um, think that self, world, and God are all part of existence, then you're on the right path. For God, I say, you can even refer to as universe, source, whatever you want to take it as, but there is some sort of divine intervention. Okay, and this experience, I'll try and give it to you as vivid as possible so you do pick up something from it and hope it helps you in your daily living. Okay, so this is what happened. On this particular day when this incident happened, I was supposed to make this journey on the motorway, and it was from A to B, obviously. And as I was going into the journey onto the motorway, which I love doing, driving down the motorway, because I feel that I am in another world. I don't have to pay as much attention as I need when I'm driving in the city because of the traffic lights, the stop and start, and take notice of the other drivers, the way they drive, and so it's a lot of distractions. But motorway is a bit more, I enjoy it much better. So anyway, down the motorway, half an hour into the journey, this is what happened. I was tired, and I just blinked my eye for a second, and the next thing I knew was my new car, which I was driving, somersaulted up in the air. I'm not joking, this is exactly what happened. The little car, it somersaulted in the air, and I immediately opened my eyes because before it did that, it went off the motorway. There was a sort of a curb turning off the motorway. It went off the motorway, it hit the ridge, the barrier. Ridge, I'm saying, it's the barrier, okay? So it went off the motorway, hit the barrier. That's when I opened my eyes, and next thing I knew, the car was up in the air. It was a glorious sunny day, but something in me told me this is not my time to go. I still got time on earth as I appreciate everything that happens on my path, and this is one of it. So I took in the whole beautiful view. My car somersaulted. I had the seat belt on, so that wasn't an issue. I was still seated like a princess. I'm telling you, I wore a long skirt, seated, but that time I must say I was crippled then, through my illness. So I was seated, I had my crutches beside me, and the car was up in the air, sunny, glorious day, and I could see the screen in front of me, the windscreen, crackling up, but not one of those mirror fell on my glass. Not one of the glass fell on me or hurt me or scratched me, but they were all crackling up, and the sun rays was shining through, and I was just looking in amazement. And the car went, I'm telling you, real somersaulted. So there was a barrier this way, and then there is a little patch of green, and then there's another barrier going the other way, okay? And then it was a road. That means cars were coming from far end, and then it was like a cliff. Okay, so the car, this is what the car did. Went up in the air, somersaulted, it went over the other barrier, over the street, the road that cars were coming, and there were people walking by as well, and lots of cars, and it went over to the ridge side. It turned nicely around, and I was on the cliff, on the edge of the pavement, okay? But before it got to there, it smashed the barrier, it somersaulted, smashed the other barrier, somersaulted, and then it hit the pole, the steel pole that was on the curb side, and then turned nicely around, and it was on the ridge. And I was still sitting and looking at all the view, taking everything in. The car was smashed, okay, because it was only a little car. So the car was smashed all round. The pole was indented badly, and it was sitting on the curb the other way around. And me, I was untouched. not a drop of blood from my skin. All around me was smashed and everything. But I was sitting there beautifully like a princess. That's how I felt. So anyway, as soon as the car landed that way, people came rushing around, police, ambulance, because that's the way, you know, the crash happened. And obviously someone must have informed the police and the ambulance, and they came very quickly within minutes. And passers-by were trying to help me to get out of the car. But in the meantime, the police came and they said not to touch, and told the passers-by not to touch, and they started helping me out. Okay, and by then the ambulance also came, and they took me out thinking that, you know, they had to pull me out or lift me and all. I just got off the car, although I as I said, I had crutches, but I didn't need to use it at that time because the ambulance was just only about a couple of feet away. I got off just on my own, turned around to show them that there's nothing on me. My heartbeat was so normal. They got me into the ambulance and they took my blood pressure, respiration, pulse and all that, and everything was so perfect, and they couldn't believe it. And oh, I just don't know how to describe, you know, I felt so good. And they couldn't understand how come I was so untouched by all this. And I said, no, I have to get that is all I was thinking. I have to get to my appointment. I have to get to my appointment. I'm okay. Look at me. I'm all right. I need to get there. I need to inform my partner to come and pick me up, and so that I can carry on for my appointment. I need to inform my sister and things like that. But they said, no, we have to rush you down to the hospital because we don't know, maybe internal injury, we can't see it now. And I was thinking, but you have done all my, you know, blood pressure and all that should show you something by now. But they said, no, they can't take any risk. They have to rush me down to the nearest hospital and get me checked. So they put out the blue light. That is how serious they thought, you know, it must be. They rushed me to the hospital and I was there. You know, all came rushing to me, taking me in, trying to put all these measurements and blood pressure cuffs and all that stuff. And they couldn't believe I was sitting and talking, and all I was focusing on was I need to make to this appointment. And they did same thing. They did all the tests, but nothing was detected abnormal. It was all so normal. So, and then I discharged myself. I said, you know, this is ridiculous. They wanted me to stay and spend the night there because this was by late evening this thing happened. So by then I had my family coming, and I said I will discharge myself and got out of there. So can you see who on earth or who would have intervened and saved me there for this auspicious thing to happen? Do you think it is some sort of divine intervention? I would like to know your comments. Please share with me. And I'm so grateful for my life, and I know by being grateful to my existence, you know, the food I have on my plate, the car I drive, every little thing counts so much. And the more grateful I am every single day, the more I am showered with blessings myself. So that is what I would like to share with you as well. Consider everything as auspiciousness, anything that happens in your past. And the more you count on your blessings, your gratitude for the things you have, for the things you share. You know, you may say that, oh, I don't have a beautiful diamond ring on my finger. I can't afford it. But do you realize there are people without even fingers? So that is the type of comparison you need to do, and be grateful for whatever thing you have. And if you do that, look at what happens. And after that car, I was blessed with a car which I didn't have to pay even for a penny for it. It just came to me. So this is where I would like to share that the more grateful you are, life will bless you with things. Existence will bless you with things. So please share with me your comments. What do you think would have helped me in this situation? Who is it? Is it an alien? If you believe in God, do you think it's God, or do you think, whatever your thoughts are, if you're an atheist, what do you think? Who would have, this can't be coincidence. That's what I'm trying to get here. It cannot be coincidence. So what is it? Please share your comments with me, and I'll come back to you from today, every single day, something amazing auspiciousness that has happened in my day, and then you can decide. All right? Thank you for being with me. Bye for now.